Victoria, you've authored or co-authored several bills, and several of those bills have been not only passed by the Texas state legislature, but they've been signed into law. During your tenure, what are the key pieces of legislation that you're the most proud of, and what are some items that you might have maybe left on the table that you wish you would have worked on?
Sure. So I've passed over 24 bills into law, which is a lot for somebody that's been there 8 years. I really rolled up my sleeves to try to find common ground where I could, bring together stakeholders to solve policy issues that impact our state, and was successful at doing that. My landmark piece of legislation that I'm the most proud of is the Lavinia Masters Act, which is named after a Dallas woman who was 13 at the time when somebody crawled through her window and raped her. She then went to a hospital so that at a hospital you can have something called a SANE exam, which is where a nurse it's a personal exam where they collect evidence that goes into a box. It's about this big, called a rape kit. Her rape kit sat on a shelf untested for more than 20 years before it finally got tested. And by that time, the police realized that her perpetrator had committed other rapes. And so that's not acceptable in a Texas legislature. And I know that other legislatures across the state, across the country, many of them are similar in that women are underrepresented. So for me, it was really important to bring together subject matter experts to try to solve some of these issues. And I was grateful that she allowed me to name this law after her. The bill that I passed not just requires strict timelines and testing. They now have to be submitted for testing in 90 days. So rape survivors are not waiting years to find out what happened with their case or their rape kit. We also obtained $50 million from the Texas budget, which is unprecedented, unheard of, and really made Texas a leader on rape kit reform. And from that law, we now have had the rape kit backlog. There were thousands and thousands of rape kits just sitting on shelves untested, to the point where in one city in Austin, Texas, some were growing mold on them. Like, that's how long they had been sitting. That's not acceptable in any country and any state. And so the $50 million that we obtained has helped put a large dent in the rape kit backlog. We've substantially reduced the backlog by more than 80% at the last numbers that I've learned. And I've had women reach out to me to let me know that their kit finally got tested. And so I know that that's the type of real world impact that I know that for women across Texas, not just women, this applies to men and children as well, that they are now one step closer to justice because of the Lavinia Masters Act. So that is the single most consequential piece of legislation that I passed in my 8 years in the Texas House.